Imagine sitting at a dinner table thousands of years ago. There's no electricity, no modern kitchen, no fancy restaurant. Yet someone places a small piece of dough filled with delicious ingredients into a pot of boiling water. Moments later, that simple food becomes the center of conversation, celebration, and family. Fast forward to today, and billions of people across the world still enjoy that exact same idea. Different names, different fillings, different cultures, but the same comforting concept. Today, we're exploring one of humanity's greatest comfort foods and uncovering the incredible story behind it. This is the story of dumplings, a tale connecting two worlds. At first glance, dumplings seem incredibly simple. Flour, water, filling, and heat. That's it. But sometimes the simplest foods carry the deepest history. Dumplings are not just something people eat when they're hungry. They represent migration, family traditions, survival, celebration, trade, and even luck. Few foods have traveled across continents and evolved into so many unique forms while remaining instantly recognizable. Let's begin where historians have found some of the oldest evidence. When most people think of dumplings, many immediately think of China. That's for good reason. Archaeological discoveries suggest that Chinese dumplings have an extraordinarily long history. Around 2,500 years ago, preserved dumpling-like food items were discovered inside an ancient tomb in Shandong province. Although time had reduced them to fragile remains, archaeologists could still recognize their triangular folded shape. This discovery gives us one of the earliest known physical examples of stuffed dough anywhere in the world. But archaeology only tells part of the story. Chinese culture also preserves a fascinating legend involving one of its most respected physicians, Zhang Zhongjing. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, he supposedly returned to his hometown after seeing many poor villagers suffering from frostbitten ears during an especially brutal winter. Wanting to help them, he mixed medicinal herbs with mutton, wrapped the mixture inside thin dough, shaped each piece to resemble a human ear, and boiled them into a nourishing soup. According to the legend, these medicinal dumplings helped warm people and improve their health. Whether every detail of this story is historically accurate remains uncertain, but it beautifully illustrates something very important. Even from ancient times, dumplings represented care, generosity, and community rather than luxury. That emotional connection continues today. Every Lunar New Year, millions of Chinese families gather around tables not simply to eat dumplings, but to make them together. Grandparents teach grandchildren how to fold the wrappers correctly. Parents prepare fillings while children attempt their first imperfect folds. Sometimes families hide a coin inside one dumpling, believing whoever finds it will enjoy especially good luck during the coming year. Others carefully choose fillings that symbolize prosperity, longevity, or happiness. Even the shape carries meaning. Traditional northern Chinese dumplings resemble ancient Chinese gold and silver ingots once used as currency. Because of this resemblance, eating dumplings during the new year became associated with welcoming wealth and prosperity into the household. In other words, every dumpling carries a wish for a better future. But here's where our story becomes even more interesting. If China has one of the oldest documented dumpling traditions, how did Europe develop its own famous stuffed dough dishes? This question has fascinated historians for decades. Many researchers believe the basic concept of stuffed dough gradually spread westward through centuries of trade across Eurasia, including routes that later became known collectively as the Silk Road. Merchants weren't just transporting silk, spices, metals, and precious stones. They were also exchanging cooking techniques, ingredients, languages, and traditions. Food has always traveled with people. However, it's important to separate evidence from popular stories. You've probably heard that Marco Polo brought dumplings back from China to Europe. It's an entertaining tale, but historians generally consider it folklore rather than proven history. There is no strong historical evidence showing Marco Polo introduced dumplings to Europe. European stuffed dough dishes may have developed through multiple influences over many centuries instead of one dramatic event. What historians do know is that by the Middle Ages, stuffed dough dishes had become firmly established throughout Central and Eastern Europe. In Poland, they became known as pierogi. In Ukraine, vareniki. In Russia, pelmeni. Each country proudly claims its own version while adding unique local ingredients and traditions. Unlike many Chinese dumplings, which frequently feature pork, shrimp, cabbage, ginger, garlic, or chives, Eastern European dumplings evolved around ingredients that farmers could easily grow or preserve through long winters. Potatoes, onions, mushrooms, cabbage, sauerkraut, fresh cheese, buckwheat, and seasonal fruits became common fillings. Every region adapted the recipe according to climate, agriculture, religion, and available resources. This adaptation tells us something fascinating about human civilization. People everywhere solve problems in surprisingly similar ways. If flour is available and some filling exists, wrapping one inside the other creates a practical, portable, filling meal. The idea is so effective that dozens of civilizations invented their own versions. Italian ravioli, Turkish mantai, Georgian khinkali, Tibetan momo, Nepalese momo, Japanese gyoza, Korean mandu, Jewish kreplach, Central Asian manti. Latin American empanadas follow a similar principle, although baked instead of boiled. Different languages, different histories, one universal idea. This is one reason food historians often call dumplings one of humanity's most widespread culinary inventions. But here's something many people don't realize. Making dumplings is often more important than eating them. Across both Asia and Europe, dumpling making traditionally becomes a social event rather than a cooking task. Imagine 20 family members gathered around one large table. Someone rolls dough. Someone mixes filling. Another person folds. Children learn by watching. Stories are shared. Old memories return. Laughter fills the room. Hours pass almost unnoticed. The final meal represents far more than calories. Every dumpling carries fingerprints from someone you love. This is why many immigrants describe homemade dumplings as emotional food. For countless families who left China, Poland, Ukraine, Russia, or other homelands generations ago, dumplings became portable pieces of identity. Even when language slowly disappeared over generations, recipes survived. A grandmother may forget certain stories. She rarely forgets how much flour goes into the dough. She remembers exactly how thin to roll it, exactly how tightly to seal each edge, exactly when it's finished cooking. That knowledge becomes living history. Food scholars often describe these recipes as edible memory. Now let's talk about something surprisingly scientific. Why do dumplings feel so comforting? Researchers studying food psychology suggest comfort foods combine several characteristics. They're warm, they're soft, they're filling, they're associated with childhood memories and family gatherings. Dumplings check every single box. Carbohydrates from the dough provide satisfying energy. Protein and vegetables create balanced nutrition. Warm broth or melted butter stimulates feelings of comfort. The familiar texture creates emotional reassurance. It's no accident that people often crave dumplings during winter, holidays, or stressful periods. Our brains connect them with safety. There's also remarkable engineering hidden inside every dumpling. Think about it. A thin wrapper must stretch without tearing. It must survive boiling water. It must seal tightly enough to prevent filling from escaping, yet remain delicate enough to bite through easily. That's centuries of culinary experimentation condensed into one tiny package. Professional dumpling makers can fold dozens every minute. Some traditional Chinese chefs create over 20 different folding patterns. Each fold isn't simply decorative. Different shapes influence cooking time, texture, and appearance. Likewise, Eastern European grandmothers often recognize regional traditions simply by looking at how a pierogi has been pinched closed. Tiny details reveal enormous cultural histories. Another fascinating fact is that dumplings often reflected social class. Historically, Wealthy families could afford meat-filled dumplings more frequently, while poorer households relied on vegetables, grains, potatoes, or cheese. During religious fasting periods across Eastern Europe, meat disappeared entirely, encouraging incredibly creative vegetarian fillings. These traditions still influence recipes today. Interestingly, modern nutrition experts have started reevaluating dumplings. People sometimes assume dumplings are automatically unhealthy because they're made from dough. But that's an oversimplification. Boiled or steamed dumplings filled with lean protein and vegetables can actually be remarkably balanced meals. Their nutritional value depends almost entirely on preparation methods and fillings. Deep-fried dumplings naturally contain more fat, while steamed versions remain relatively light. Another hidden strength of dumplings is portion control. Each individual piece creates a naturally divided serving, making it easier to enjoy meals slowly instead of rushing through large portions. Today, dumplings have become truly global. Walk through New York, London, Toronto, Sydney, Singapore, or Dubai, and you'll likely find Chinese jiaozi, Japanese gyoza, Polish pierogi, Korean mandu, Nepalese momo, Georgian khinkali, and Italian ravioli all within a few city blocks. Centuries ago, merchants carried these ideas across continents. Today, immigrants, chefs, travelers, and food lovers continue that same journey. The dumpling keeps evolving. Chefs now experiment with seafood, chocolate, truffles, vegan fillings, plant-based meat, fusion recipes, and entirely new folding techniques. Yet despite all these innovations, the heart of the dumpling never changes. There's still one person wrapping care inside dough for another person. Perhaps that's why dumplings never go out of fashion. Technology changes. Empires rise and fall. Borders move. Languages evolve. Recipes adapt. But the simple joy of gathering around a table to fold dough together remains timeless. When you look at a dumpling, you're not just seeing flour and filling. You're seeing thousands of years of history. You're seeing ancient Chinese traditions, Eastern European family kitchens, Silk Road trade routes, immigrant stories, religious festivals, harvest celebrations, winter evenings, childhood memories, and countless hands working together across generations. Very few foods can tell a story this large while fitting comfortably into the palm of your hand. So the next time you pick up a dumpling, whether it's a Chinese jiaozi, a Polish pierogi, a Ukrainian varenik, a Japanese gyoza, or any of their countless relatives around the world, take just a second before that first bite. Remember that you're holding more than dinner. You're holding one of humanity's oldest ideas. A simple piece of dough that somehow managed to connect civilizations, survive thousands of years, cross continents, preserve family traditions, and remind us that no matter where we come from, sharing food has always been one of the most powerful ways humans connect with one another. And maybe that's the greatest secret of all. The world's most extraordinary foods aren't always the most expensive or the rarest. Sometimes they're the simplest. Sometimes they're just a little piece of dough, wrapped around something made with love.